Patricia Wenskunas is the founder of Crime Survivors. She is our guest tonight. One of the things we were talking about as we came out of the last segment is the fact that you obviously were a victim of crime, came out in black and blue, beat up, but you were also a victim for many, many years, and other people must have seen that, you'd think, but yet, did anybody do anything to help you during that time?
No. And for years talked about it, and for years told friends and everything, and no, nothing was done in the past. And family members and so forth did know about the abuse as well. But it's wondering if we're becoming numb as a society, even so, more so now. And I've just witnessed certain things just in the last couple months. And myself as well. And I'm sitting back thinking, are we becoming numb to victimization? Are we becoming numb that we don't want to get involved for whatever reason? Oh, we're going to have to go to court, or oh, this is going to happen, or somebody could attack me, or my life could be in danger if I say anything.
Or we just feel awkward, or we don't know what to say or do, or any of those kinds of things.
Well, even in my situation, I ran out of my house with a shirt only covering my chest, and there was a guy outside, and he didn't do anything to help me. You have the situation where the girl was raped, and people stood by and watched and didn't do anything. Elderly are abused, verbally. And do we say anything? We tend not to say anything. A lot of people don't say anything if it's verbal abuse. They think, oh, it's just words or something. Teenagers today are abusing their girlfriends on a daily basis, verbally, mentally, physically, emotionally, and nobody says anything. And I think that we need to do something. It's something that in the last couple of weeks I've been really thinking about. How do we start putting a voice to that, a look to that? Because people will say, physically, you can see it. You can see the black and blue marks, but you can't see the verbal abuse. And a lot of times victims hide because of the shame or the blame or what's cast upon them. And we want to open up to victims and say, your voice does matter. It's not okay to be victimized by anybody. You can speak about it, and there is help like Crime Survivors that can help you.
And speaking of help, obviously, as we've talked about earlier, your organization needs help as well, but you've got some events coming up that people can participate in.
We do. We actually have our Thanksgiving meal basket program that we put together turkey and all the fixings, and we bag them all up, and we have victims and their families to be able to pick up a basket so that, especially during these difficult times, especially this year, they don't have to worry about where are they going to come up with the funding, how are they going to be able to do it. We had last year, for instance, a little boy that came up and thanked us for that because he didn't think that he was going to have Thanksgiving meal. And because of the mother was victimized and her stress and her emotion and everything, she just wasn't in the right place, right mindset to do that. So we're looking for donations and supporters now for people to donate cans of corn or boxes of potatoes or cranberry, or if they want to donate $30, it'll feed a whole family for Thanksgiving meal. So we have that program coming up. And then we also have our Survivors Gift Drive and Elves Holiday in the month of December. We actually work with boomers in Irvine and Fountain Valley. So from November 30th through December 19th, anybody in the community that brings a gift of $15 or more gets a free 4-hour pass, which is a value of $26.99 at Boomers. And then all of those gifts we put together. We have an Elves Holiday. We invite victims and their families to come together during the holidays. Whether you cry, you show emotion, or whether you laugh and you have fun, you're in the midst of other survivors, family members of murder, rape, sexual assault, child abuse, domestic violence. And they all come together. We feed them lunch. We give them meal baskets to take home. They get 4 hours of fun at Boomers. And then we have Santa Claus, and we had elves, and we have the fire truck and police cars, so that they can go for a couple hours and be around other people that really understand them. And so we're really looking for volunteers, we're looking for donations, we're looking for people to participate in this. And if there's community people out there that have been victims themselves, to contact us. We want to include them. We want them to come out and have fun.
And how can people get in touch with you?
They can go on our website, which is crimesurvivors.org. They can also email us, crimesurvivors@aol.com, or they can give us a call as well, 949-872-7895.
And we'll have that contact information on our website as well. But you brought up something about people who are victims of crime, who are looking for help. What kinds of things can you do for them?
Well, if they contact us, we are there to listen to them. We're not there to judge them or criticize them. We're there to listen to them and find out what they need. All victims need something different. Some need support groups, some need psychiatrists, psychologists, some need an attorney. Whatever that may be, we're there to listen to them, find out what their needs are, and make sure that we're there to listen and support them through that. We can provide them all the referrals, all the resources. If some victims need to relocate, we can make sure that we get them in contact with the victim assistance programs. They can help file applications, make sure if they need prescriptions. Whatever they need to survive beyond that crime, we're there to support them, whether it's 1 day, 6 months, or even 10 years after them being victims.
I imagine that just about every one of your interviews starts off somewhat with the interviewer asking you to recount what happened to you. And we did that again tonight.
Right.
Do you hope to get past that sometime?
I really want to be able to empower people. I want people to never feel sorry for me. I don't want them to think, oh gosh, you know, treat me a certain way. I don't mind talking about what happened to me if it's going to impact another human being, if it's going to make a difference to stop the crime from happening, if it's going to empower another victim to say, God, if Patricia can survive, if she can do that, I can get out of bed today. And that's why I have no problem sharing it with other people. But I do want to go into next year really feeling motivational, really impacting people to let them know you may have been a victim, but you're a survivor. And you can hold your head up high and say, I was victimized, but I'm a survivor and I'm proud of that.
And for you personally, how important, I mean, as a victim of a crime, is it important to get past what's happened to you, or do you understand that's always going to be a part of you and what you're going to be in the future?
I think it's always going to be part of who I am because it's part of my past. I believe that I'm going to have good moments, bad moments, happy moments, sad moments. Every time I go past a certain gym, every time I have to deal with saran wrap, I get cringes. But I acknowledge it, I recognize that moment. If I have a bad day and I need to stay in bed, I'm going to stay in bed. I deserve that for myself personally. But that means I'm surviving beyond that. And so I really do want other people to feel that as well and to be able to know that I can live too. I can run the organization, but I can also be a mother again. I can also be a friend again.
Patricia, thanks for being with us tonight.
Thank you.
And again, if you want more information about how you can contact Patricia and her organization, simply go to our website, www.cox3.com, and click on the Cox Forum link. We'll also have information there about next week's show. We're going to be taking a look at what's being done here in Orange County to help battle the H1N1 virus, of course, the swine flu, and that's all coming up next week. Until then, thank you for joining us here on Cox Forum.